And one of them are these slippers made out of rocks. I know that doesn't sound great. Okay, this is
Oh,
not
you
going to
mean the
be
ones that
helpful.
you have with the they're wooden with the marbles on them? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. They hurt like hell, but they make your feet feel so good after you learn to walk in them.
Yes. On the Harness the Power of Planning podcast, part 2, we're going to talk about gift giving strategies and ideas for the woman in your life, the mom in your life. All of that coming up on the podcast starting now. Hello, good morning, everyone. Alegre here with Beyond Your Wildest Dreams. And my guest today is my good friend, Angela White-Randolph of AKWR Solutions. Hello, Angela. Thank you for joining us.
Hello. Glad to be
I'm
here. Thank you.
I'm so excited to have Angela. Angela is one of my best friends in the whole world. And if you've listened to my podcast for years, then you've heard her speak on it. I've had her on many times. And now I'm bringing back in more mom friends. And I'm so excited to have her. She actually lives in Indianapolis. So it's a nice excuse for us to catch up having her on the podcast. And Angela, just let me tell everyone a little bit about you. So Angela, after 25 years in corporate in the health sciences sector, she struck out on her own. And she is a community volunteer serving on multiple boards, but she also owns her own consulting business that does it does strategy, it does marketing, and Six Sigma consultant. Six Sigma, for those who don't know, is related to continuous improvement. I don't feel like I can explain it better than that. If you want to, you can explain it more than that.
That's good. That's good. Process improvement, efficiency.
Process
It's good.
improvement. Yes, continuous improvement. I love continuous improvement. She's a mom of 3, a wife, a sister, a daughter, a great friend. So happy to have her as my friend, Angela White-Randolph. Yay! I'm going to applaud
Thank you.
for you because I know
All
there
right.
should be.
I'll give it.
The audience goes wild. So, for those of you who are joining me for the first time, I'm Allegra. My business is called Beyond Your Wildest Dreams. And along with my friend Natasha, who's not here today, who is often on the podcast, we wrote these 4 books, which are all workbooks. They take 45 minutes or less to go through. And really, our mission is about helping moms, working moms, prioritize themselves and their goals by harnessing the power of planning, which is why the podcast, you might be watching this live on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, but we also put it up as the Harness the Power of Planning podcast on all platforms. And that's why it's called Harness the Power of Planning, because I really believe that with planning, you can live a life beyond your wildest dreams. And Angela and some of my other friends who I've had on the podcast before, Christine, Kalika, of course, Natasha, we're all big fans of planning, which is why I love having them on, because we all approach it slightly differently, but we all recognize the value of it in our lives. What kind of planner would you consider yourself, Angela? Like,
Well, yours. Go ahead.
well, I mean, like on the scale of, I don't know, scale of 1 to 10, or you can give it a title. I don't know, however you want to describe
Oh,
yourself.
yeah. So if I said 1 to 10, if you caught me 20 years ago when we first met, I would say I was probably 9.5, 10. Super planned. And then, life happens and
Right.
you have kids, you have other responsibilities, and you have to sort of be able to adjust and you plan, but you sort of plan loosely.
Yes, it looks
Um,
different.
it
You
looks
can't,
different. Yeah.
you,
So I would say if I was an absolute planner, I think I'm a laid back sort of girl now. So I give myself a 5 on a bad day, right? Um, and I would say on a day that I'm just really rocking, about a 7.5. But I'm not the 10 that I used to be
but you
in
know
terms
what?
of planning.
Okay, I'm just going to disagree with you for a second here, because I would say you're higher than a 7, 5 or 7 for sure. I would just say that you plan a little differently because you have
Okay.
other people who have a claim on your time, which
Yes, they're demanding.
exactly. And you have a child who's younger than my child even, so you're a little bit more in the thick of it in terms of needing to have flexibility so you can show up for your kiddo. So,
I would agree with that. I'm just thinking about the times that we've been on vacation together or you visited, and every single moment was literally booked. And
Well,
I
I had
didn't have to
things
plan.
I wanted to do. That's all. This is
I
a
didn't
short
have to plan
amount of
anything.
time.
Right. I had to plan nothing. I was just like, "Where's the list? Let me just go do what she said." Right. So,
Okay, so you're not my level of planning,
no way.
right? I guess that's
No.
why I have the planning business.
That's
Uh,
right.
Actually, it's funny because I saw Angela most recently in April. We traveled out to Indianapolis to watch the total eclipse because it was in the path of totality. And so I forget when I started the spreadsheet on that. Was it December? Maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
December-ish?
It was I think it was around December, maybe November, Thanksgiving time frame. You started the spreadsheet for our
Yeah, so
activities.
6 months before, right? 5 months before. So
Yes.
so Angela and I have this shared spreadsheet. Really, I'm the one doing the spreadsheet stuff. She's just kind of seeing it. And then there are other people who traveled to Indianapolis as well, and we didn't let them in on the spreadsheet yet because there was just no point, right? It was just like me
Right.
kind of brainstorming how I wanted the days to look or whatever. And the coolest thing when it came to April and everything happened, the coolest thing was Angela saying to me, "You introduced me to places I've never been to, and I live in this city." And, that's just like how deep I like to go with my research. Like, if I'm only gonna be somewhere a short period of time, I wanna I wanna think about where I wanna go. I wanna use my time strategically. And oh my gosh, we ate at one of the best restaurants I've ever eaten at in my entire life.
Oh
And you've
yeah.
gone back, right?
We
Since
went
then.
back. We went back for my birthday too. We went back for my birthday, and I think did we go back for red?
You went
Red?
back, I think,
No.
for your anniversary as well, you told
Yes,
me.
we went back for our anniversary and my birthday. Yeah, so we just sort of camped out there for a bit. Yeah.
That's how good it was.
I need to rotate that back into the
Oh,
to the
so good.
rotation.
If I was living there, I would definitely make it like a quarterly, especially because the menu changed seasonally, right? So,
Y- Yes.
what's the
So
name of the
yummy.
restaurant? Just so we're not leaving people hanging if they're in the Indianapolis area.
Yeah, you like are you really asking me? It's your
Okay.
spreadsheet. It's
Okay, well, I can't pull up this spreadsheet right now, so I'll have to put
we'll
it in
come
the
back
show
to it.
notes. So come
Right.
back to it in the show notes. It was amazing though. Amazing. Okay, thank you for that. We're switching to topic number 2, which is gifts for the women in your lives or gifts for anyone in general. Now, I will say, I just have to start this with the fact that
Mhm.
I know I have a bias about gifts, which is that I like functional gifts. I'm a very functional gift person. So this might be a little more functional gift heavy than you yourself feel the need for, but there you are. So, Angela, what is there a gift you're looking for this holiday season that you'd really like to receive? Real or
Really
imagined?
good
Like the gift you
question.
wish existed?
Yeah. So I would it doesn't exist, right? So I would like someone to come in and plan,
Mm.
completely organize. Oh, I mean, yeah, Alegre. Completely organize the renovation of our house from top to bottom.
So is that
Yeah.
something that's happening imminently?
I don't know if we'll do the whole thing, but we've got some things going on that we want to get done. But yeah, I'd rather just like farm that out, but probably not. We'll see about that one. But in real life, what would I really want that someone could actually do? So
But you
there's
could
things
have that. You could find a
I
designer or
could.
architect who could at least consult. Maybe they don't do the whole thing, but they could help you think about the
Sure.
the organization of it all. Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's one thing. The other thing are these filters for wine that take out the tannins. That's really the idea. So, a filter for wine that for a cup of wine, it's as well as for a decanter. Yeah, those would
Oh,
be
so
really cool.
and it filters out the
Tannins,
tannins?
yeah, it does. It does.
And so what is that so are the tannins responsible for kind of like the headache?
But yeah,
But
exactly. Know that in the morning.
the sulfites are the things that make me have difficulty
Yes,
breathing.
yeah, histamine receptors. That's right.
The what the
Your
histamine.
your histamine.
Histamine. Okay.
Yes.
So it'll filter out the tannins, but not the sulfates.
I have no idea because the sulfites don't bother me. I've never checked
Oh.
that out. Yeah, sorry.
Well, it's interesting
I
because
mean, I don't know.
Well, I have
But if
experience with organic wine. They
how
tend
is
to not
that for
have
you?
sulfites. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Oh, okay. Well, then we can
So,
enjoy a glass of wine together because we typically don't get to enjoy wine
yeah.
together.
Yeah, I'm typically drinking something else or not drinking at
Right.
all,
Right.
which I'm totally fine with. Okay, great. That sounds like a really great gift. Is do these filters have a name, or are you where are you getting these filters so people know how to
Yeah,
find
I've
them?
never well, of course you can just ask that question. No, I have no idea. I sent it to a girlfriend of mine because
Uh-huh.
I thought, "Hey, these are great for you." So I have to look it up and send it back to you. I don't keep all this stuff in my back
Okay, so I'll
brain.
put
I
it
don't
in
get
the
enough
show
sleep.
notes.
Yeah, I don't get enough sleep to record all this.
Okay, so I'll put in the show notes, and also if you sign up at my website bywdreams.com for the newsletter, then you'll get all of the links that of the things that we're talking about today, including my book and the planner and this really cool sounding filter. So I have sort of I always feel like a great go-to gift is if you've discovered something local to you that is food related. I always feel like that's a really fun, like, stocking stuffer gift for the people in your family who, like, for instance, my mom, my mother-in-law, they're like, "You know what? I don't really want any gift, but if I give them some chocolates or some jam or some cookies from some cool place that is new that they've never heard of before, they're super excited about it." So I always feel like that's a great gift. Or if you've traveled somewhere recently and you discovered, like, what in Indianapolis is like a go-to food product?
Oh, well, I'm going to Hawaii. Sorry. What I would want Lilicoa butter.
Okay,
That
so if I'm in Hawaii, I know I need to bring Angela back some Lilikoi butter, but yeah, absolutely, I would bring Lilikoi butter for a bunch of people because that's if I'm there, right? That's just like a fun gift. So,
or have it shipped.
if you're traveling, yeah, have it shipped, exactly. So if you're traveling or if you have a local farmer's market, this is a great place to find gifts for people in your life because everyone enjoys a yummy treat. So that's one of my tips for gift giving. Another tip is anything that's sort of like I love health related gifts. And so a couple of gifts that I think are really great are, and I'm going to put, let me see, I think I can put this link here. Okay. So I actually consolidated a list of like 12 or 13 things that I really love that I think make great gifts. And one of them, are these slippers made out of rocks. I know that doesn't sound great. Okay, this is
Oh,
not
you
gonna
mean the
be
ones that you
helpful.
have with the they're wooden with the marbles on them? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. They hurt like hell, but they make your feet feel so good after you learn to walk in them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here, I'm gonna create this little QR code. It's called Gift Ideas, and so there are these sandals, they're wooden sandals, and they have pebbles embedded in them, real pebbles, and they feel so amazing. Well, if you're into acupressure or reflexology, you know that your foot has all these things that benefit the other parts of the body. However, these shoes totally helped me when I got really serious plantar fasciitis because, they want you to roll out that fascia using whatever balls or stretching exercises.
Mhm.
But finding 10 or 15 minutes to just exercise my plantar fasciitis, I was like, no, I'm just going to walk around in these shoes. And that helped take care of it so quickly. They hurt like heck when you start them, but for me, it really helped with the symptoms of plantar fasciitis. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one at work. I don't play one on TV, but this really that was my experience, if you will. So, another thing that is kind of painful but amazing is this acupressure mat that I call the bed of nails. I don't know if you've
I've
seen this one. Have you?
I've laid on it.
Okay, at
Um,
my house. So so it has these little plastic needles
They're
kind of
needles.
things,
Yeah.
pokey things, and I remember the first time I laid down on this, it was like, "Why am I doing this? Oh my god, I really wanna get off this thing." Like, I had to, like, breathe and, Like it'll be okay. It's going to release. Everything's going to feel a lot better in just a few minutes. Just stay with it. And now I fall asleep on it. And let me tell you, it is the best sleep I get sleeping on that mat. I don't know what it does, but you know, when you're in pain, it creates this chemical response in your body to release pain relievers, natural pain relievers. And whenever I wake up, if I'm tired or grumpy or whatever, I take a nap on that thing. I feel so good. And so if you scan that QR code in the top right, gift ideas, this mat, those shoes are on that list. And hey, order them now and then you won't have to pay for overnight shipping because save your money and spend it on something else. You have plenty of time. Um,
Have plenty of time to torture
yeah,
yourself
you can torture yourself with something else.
and your friends. And your
I know. All my friends, I'm like, "You have to try this. You have to try this." Uh,
No, but I know I do. Those both of those are really good. I have had the experience of engaging with them when I'm with you.
Another couple things that are on the list that I'm just gonna mention, one is this product called Leather Honey, which honestly and actually right now it's 40% off. So, get it now. Leather Honey, I have never used a leather conditioner that doesn't leave things oily and greasy. This truly,
Mhm.
I don't know what is in it. It's amazing. Get it. And you know what would be an amazing gift for someone that you love is not just buying the leather honey, but conditioning their leather for them. What a great gift. And
Oh,
yeah, maybe
yes.
consider this, like mention it to a kiddo like, "Hey, if I buy this, maybe you want to help mom out by doing her things." My daughter was always very aware of the fact that she wanted to give us gifts and she was always very creative at coming up with ideas, but this is a great way for a kiddo to give a gift and to realize that not all gifts have to be things. Gifts can be time as well. So that's another one. And then the last one I want to mention is this great light bulb that is solar powered. So our family goes camping a lot, and for years we had those camping lanterns that they always sell. It's just like the traditional
Mhm.
Coleman lantern. And I swear to God, the life cycle on those things was just not very good. And most of the time, back when I was still buying them, they needed those giant batteries because they just suck so much energy. So whatever, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I saw these light bulbs they come with a little solar panel this big. How and the great thing about them is that so when we go camping, I'll just put them in the dashboard. They'll charge on the way out to the campsite, and then they pretty much last the whole time we're there. And so instead of a lantern, and it has a hook on it. So it's nice. So you can hook it like on the door of your car, inside your tent, there's always a hook right at the very top. You can hook it on there. You carry it with you like a flashlight. It's been the greatest thing, and I bought a dozen of them the first year I discovered them, and I gave them to everyone in my family because they're also just a great emergency preparedness gift. So, that's the fourth one that I wanna mention. How about is there anything that you're hoping your family gives you in terms of, I also love the gift of experiences, right? So, is there anything you're
Yes.
looking forward to in that department?
Not not in particularly. I mean, I just would like us to sort of to spend some quiet time together, with my son away at college, when in coming home. I think that's going to be fun to have him here. I'll probably have both my two of my god
Oh,
children,
right.
my
You're gonna have a full
goddaughter, my
house.
yeah, and my god. Yeah, we probably will. Yeah, at some point, like I don't know, it's going to be like Grand Central. People will be in and out, and you just sort of don't plan too
Right.
much, but plan, but plan to like to to host and be prepared for the unexpected.
And by the way, I just wanna mention something that when I did have at the top of the show, Angela and I were talking about when I went out to Indianapolis earlier this year. I think we were there for 10 days, and every other day was empty. So I plan in
Yes.
unscheduled time. I know people might be surprised by that. You actually might be surprised at how much unscheduled time I have in my daily schedule for those of you watching, because you might think like my day is chock a block. No, I leave lots of time for me to do nothing because I recognize the value of that. So every other day was unplanned, and we had some beautiful serendipitous moments happen because of that unplanned time, including
Right.
we actually did a little road trip.
We did. We did. And here I thought you were going to talk about dressing up like unicorns and
No, no,
running
that
through
was
the 100
planned. Dressing as a
acres.
unicorn was planned.
Oh,
I did bring
oh,
the
okay.
unicorn onesie after all, so clearly it was planned.
Oh, oh yeah, you're right. You did. You did.
Yeah, but we fit in this amazing road trip to a place 2 hours away from where Angela lives that she'd never been to before, and it was a magical day,
Never.
and
Mhm.
so I am a big fan of planning for free time. So I think that's a great idea. You wanna have lots of free time when family is around. I I can tell
Yes.
you one thing that I am kind of putting into our stockings as a gift for our
Hmm.
family is,
Hmm.
there's a historic building in Los Angeles. It used to be a department store, and in the bottom level is a restaurant where they do swing dancing. And it had kind of been in my mental
Fun.
list, but recently we went to the building for a walkthrough of the architecture, and that has motivated me now to prioritize this higher up. And so that's kind of a gift of experience that my husband and I are going to be doing as a date night coming up. So I'm excited about that. Looking forward to that.
Excellent. Take pictures. I want to see the dancing.
Yeah, 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 that'll be fun. The
Or video.
video, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
well, so thank you so much for being here today. A blast having you. I always love chatting with you. And Angela will be coming back for future episodes. And we have one planned. We're gonna do one in the new year around our birth stories. So that'll be really fun to hear all of my friends' birth stories. Hopefully more than one of my friends can. I might have to be multiple episodes just for time. But thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. I love being here with you guys.
And thank you for watching. As always, if you want to listen to the audio only, this will go up as the Harness the Power of Planning podcast. I believe it'll be episode 80. So you can look tomorrow. It'll be on all platforms. And if you're watching the recording, feel free to comment. I do get notified when someone comments, and I'm happy to respond to your comments. And as always, dream wild, wild dreamers. Bye. Thanks for joining us for the Harness the Power of Planning podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen.